Hello everyone and welcome to a chilly day here in Central Florida. It's currently 52 degrees. It is also almost noon, so it's a little warmer now, but it is chilly for us Floridians. Anyways, it has been well over a week now since I've had my Generation 2 Rivian R1T tri-motor. I've taken a road trip down to South Florida to visit some family. I've had a chance to utilize all the features and functions. And now I wanted to talk a little bit about the pros and cons from being a Generation 1 owner moving to a Generation 2 vehicle. So let's get started and we'll walk through all the different things that I think are better or worse with Gen 2. So we're going to go down this list pretty simple. I just have a list. I'll say pro, I'll say a con. We'll keep it very short and sweet. I know you don't want to watch a 2-hour video on this. So we'll start with the first pro. The first pro I have for Gen 2 is actually the electronic door release. I know a lot of people have complained that they don't like the way it works or the sound or the thunk that the door makes or the sound it makes when it opens. But honestly, it has grown on me a lot. And as coming from a Tesla Model Y owner that I used to be, one of the things that I kind of missed was having that electronic push button to release the door and open. My wife, on the other hand, has struggled with it. She keeps pulling the emergency latch to open the door because she keeps thinking of the Gen 1 R1T, which had that latch. So it's just purely personal preference, but I like it. It's good. Here's a con that's going to come to no one's surprise, but I'm talking about the audio system. Coming with the Trimax variant, you get the premium Rivian audio system, but truthfully, it still lacks the oomph. I came from having the Meridian sound system in my early Gen 1, which was a really good sound system. This one, you can tell definitely that there still needs to be work done. I think that there's definitely tweaks that can be done via the software to help improve it. But truthfully, I do think that the fact that the system has less speakers and tweeters and all that in the vehicle is going to make it always subpar comparably to the Meridian Gen 1 sound system. In my own honest opinion, I think Rivian needs to drop the base system because I can't even imagine how bad that really is if I have to compare it here to this premium system, and just offer this as a standard and just make it a little bit better. I think that the reality is, yes, you're saving some money by not having to source it out to Meridian, but is that worth having a subpar mediocre sound system? Truthfully, I don't think so. The build quality has been really good, and I'm going to do that as a pro because I'm not picky or particular about build quality and like panel gaps and all that stuff. This is obviously a personal preference. That being said, I walked around the vehicle, I took a look at everything, and the build quality is pretty good. There's a minor issue with the hood in the front passenger side where it's a little elevated more than I would like. I have a service appointment that will get resolved. I'm not too worried about that, but otherwise all of the other panel gaps and alignment and issues seem to be non-existent. So I want to just give praise and a huge pro to Rivian on their Gen 2 because you can tell that they definitely improved the quality of how they build vehicles overall. This is a con. That's all I should have to say, but let me explain. They added this thing. Okay, sure, the phone doesn't move left or right. Cool. This is a phone heater. All it does is that it heats my phone up while it tries to charge it. I've actually had my phone lose battery because it has to try to cool down because of how hot this gets. Especially when you have the glass roof right above it and the sun is beaming down directly on the phone. This is useless. This is no good. This is a con. This wheel design, though, is a pro. Okay, take a look at this. When this wheel design was first unveiled or leaked, it was, you either hated it or loved it, and a lot of people hated it. This has grown tremendously on me. Excuse me. But love the way it looks. I love that you can take the cover off, the aero cover out, and you get a different wheel underneath. It just looks so good. This is a huge pro. I like it. Again, personal preference. I think it's great. And I cannot wait to throw some all-terrain tires on this and make it look even beefier. While I'm out here, let's talk about another pro. This storm blue color is just stunningly beautiful. My wife originally was undecisive about it. She didn't really care too much about it, but she has grown to love it, and it looks different in every light, which is so nice, right? But it is just a really good color, and it has a sparkly metallic finish to it, which is nice. But Rivian really did a good job with this storm blue color, so another pro. All right, I'm going to try to see if you can hear this one on video. It's really hard. This is a con. Hear me out. I'm going to turn the AC on. And I'm going to turn the AC all the way up to high. Give it a second to come up to speed. Okay. That's high, okay? Now watch when I lower it just one notch. I feel like the variance between highest and then just one is a lot. Like, especially on a hot summer day, it's just, I feel like the transition between highest and then just one notch down is too aggressive. I feel like it needs to be tweaked and adjusted. That's a con. Also, let's just, now that I have the AC running, I want you to hear something. There's a lot of talk about how the heat pump is super loud and all that. Yeah, you can hear a little bit of it, but truthfully, guys, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's not any louder than my old truck was, so I think it's fine. My next pro is going to be the Ascend interior, as well as the quality of the interior. Obsessed with the darker wood, right? This real wood finish, not black ash wood, but like real wood. The stitching, the seat pattern, the Rivian logo, the plaid carpets. These are all just really nice finishes. This is a leather finish here. The bronze trim piece, okay? On the back side here, same thing. You have the rear back cover seats. They're not like plastic, but they're a nice cloth material. It's hard to see, but the back of the grab handles is plaid as well as the inserts here. The Ascend interior is just really pretty, you guys, and Rivian knocked it out of the park with it. The seats feel more bolstery and really nice. Overall, 10 out of 10, huge pro for the quality of the materials used inside the Ascend interior. So this one is particular to me because I had an early generation 1 R1T, and so I used to have a 12 volt plug that stood there, that was there. And I used to use that for various different things. And that's gone now. And that makes me a little sad. Also, in the front trunk, again, this is something that had been gone for a while. So a lot of you may not even remember this, but in the olden days, we used to have a 12 volt right here as well. I used to hook up a little freezer to it as well, or a little vacuum. So I missed that, and that makes me a little sad. So that is a con in the removal of ports, because a vehicle like this should have all the ports. Here's a pro that some people may disagree with, and that's okay. I really like the new front trunk design. You have these two areas here where you can store products, and I keep cleaning materials in there. You have this new rubberized floor. But guess what? This is double-sided, so you can flip it and you have a carpet on this side. Sure, the downside is down here. If you take all this stuff out, you do lose some because of the heat pump. But guess what? This comes out, right? And there's still space there. Like, it's not the end of the world. You still get plenty of space. And truthfully, most of the time, you're going to have the load floor here, right? And you're just going to have groceries and stuff here. Now, you still get your drain plug, so you can still drop ice in here and keep things cool and all that, but it's nice. But I really like this, and I like this material. It's really nice, so check it out. Okay, guys, here's another pro. The cameras are incredible. A lot of people make fun of me for saying this word a lot, but I'm going to say it. They are phenomenal. Just the crispiness of them is great. You've got the rear. You can make out words. You can make out numbers. Hey, look, the Christmas lights. You can really, they're just so crisp. And, you know, when you put the vehicle in drive and you put the turn signal cameras, like, they are just so crisp. Of course, the notifications there, you know, but I don't know. Also, there are no people anywhere in front of me, so I don't know where those people are coming from. But they are crispiness, 4K, HDR beauty. I do wish they were a little bit better at night. There is no infrared or anything on them at night, so they're you know, they're okay at night, but still great to see and have. Love them, and yeah, huge pro. Okay, this one's kind of a pro and con. Pro, love the emergency hazards on the light bar. Con, I don't like the location of the new turn signal. I miss having it around the stadium light. It was just very iconic. Also, something that minor little thing that bugs me is, you know, if I'm standing here at the front opening the front trunk, I used to be able to easily tell that I had successfully opened it because the lights would flash. But now I can't see the hazards, so that makes it a little inconvenience. Again, nitpicking, but I do miss the old locations. I didn't like how it used to dim the daylight running lights, so I guess this is the compromise, right? But they're not terrible, but I would say this is a con. So this is a pro, and it's kind of hard because it's daytime when I'm filming this, and it's hard to get on video, but the Matrix light headlights are really cool, and that's a pro, because obviously Rivian removed the fog lights with the incorporation of this new vehicle because of where they put the turn signals, as I explained in my last clip. And so by not having the fog lights, you lose some lighting, but the Matrix lights make up for it because the auto responsiveness and the pixel dimming and all that, you know, when you're driving and there's a car coming, but it's dark out, it can dim specific pixels not to blind incoming traffic, which is really cool. And they are bright, right? These lights are bright. So not bad considering it's the first US authorized car, which Europe's had for a long time, but the first car in the United States here to have the permission to enable Matrix lighting. So huge pro. Let's talk about Advanced Driver Assistance Pro first. First off, the ability to have the higher resolution cameras and sensors and all that, and the ability to be able to do automatic lane changes by just tapping the stock is great, right? That's something I missed having with enhanced autopilot on my Tesla, was just the ability to lane change. So that is really good. The distance the vehicles keep is really smoother, which is really cool, because before I felt like it would only detect the vehicle in front of you at like the last second, and then it would like abruptly stop. It now can help keep distance better because the cameras and sensors can see further out as well as 360 around you. You aren't like abruptly coming to a stop, right? It is smooth. So stop and go traffic can be a little bit smoother, as well as just using adaptive cruise control in surrounding, you know, local roads. So those are some pros. Okay, ADAS con. this is going to be no surprise to anyone, but I still think the biggest issue that Driver Plus / Highway Assist / Rivian Advanced Driving / Rivian Autonomy Platform, by many names, has is the fact that it doesn't work unless it's a pre-map road or pre-designated road, right? The fact that we can't just have basic lane centering and basic cruise control, right, in local roads or even highways kind of sucks. And I wish that was something that Rivian would implement, because I don't always need self-driving, but sometimes I just want basic lane centering and distance control, and we can't even get that unless Driver Plus is engaged, Highway Assist is engaged, and of course that's only on the predetermined roads. So that is a huge downside, and I think a lot of people can agree with that. This is a Gen 1 and a Gen 2 issue that has not changed. So that would probably be my biggest gripe, is that it is no different in Gen 2. I don't expect it to be different, at least right now. I think in time it will get better. And of course, I'll make content when that happens. But yeah, so I think that having just even basic cruise control with basic lane centering, which some other cheaper cars out there have, would be really a huge win, I think, in Rivian's book. I'm indifferent about this roof situation because I like having light and stuff come through, but I also really enjoy dimming it, right? So like right now it's open, but I can come here and dim it and poof, like it's cool. Do I hate it? Do I love it? I don't. Either way, I could take it or leave it. If it didn't come with it, I wouldn't be upset. It came with it. I'm not upset. So, you know, it's fine. It's cool, I guess. And it's a neat party trick, I think, more than anything. So, yeah, that's neither a pro nor a con. But I wouldn't pay for it if I had to, like, buy it separately. So, like, you know, if I was getting a dual motor, I wouldn't buy it. You know, it's not worth it. So, and that is my Gen 2 pros and cons video. I tried to keep it short, guys. I'm sorry. I know it might be a little bit longer and I've rambled on about things, but the reality is I truthfully do love this truck. I think it's great. I haven't had a tremendous amount of issues. I didn't even go into the whole charging situation in this video because that's going to be its own thing. I'm going to have to test and do my own videos on that. I've done charging at Tesla superchargers. It isn't phenomenal. Kyle from Out of Spec has also done it. So we're going to have to do some playing with that to see if it gets better. I think that there are hardware limitations that will prevent it from getting any better. But I also don't need my Rivian to be the fastest charging machine out there. It's still a really good road tripper and a good machine to take on trips, and it's comfortable and all that, and I think that's what's important. What's an extra few minutes of charging gonna do? I don't really think it's gonna do much. But we'll do that in another video. I'm not worried about that right now. I hope you enjoyed this pros and cons video. Let me know what you thought. Obviously, these are all my personal thoughts and opinions. Everybody's gonna have different ones. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like the storm blue color? Do you hate the 22-inch range wheels? Everybody is going to have a different opinion and thought. I want to hear what yours is. So let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I'm excited to be making more Gen 2 content, so stay tuned. Have a great rest of your holiday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.